How fierce was Xiao Yan after breaking through to Six-Star Dou Saint? He actually sent one of the Soul Clan's 4 demon saints flying with a single palm strike, leaving even the 3 immortals of the Gu clan stunned. In the original story of Battle Through the Heavens, after the Medicine clan was annihilated, Xiao Yan escaped with Yao Ling. Earlier, by relying on only part of the medicinal power of the 9-grade profound pill, Xiao Yan had forcibly forced back Hun Sha, one of the Soul Clan's 4 demon saints. As Yao Ling watched Hun Sha flee in panic, her beautiful eyes were filled with shock. She could hardly believe that Xiao Yan was actually able to repel such a peak-level expert. What shocked her even more was that Xiao Yan had only refined a small portion of the 9-grade profound pill's power, yet he had already broken through from the late stage of Five-Star Dou Saint to Six-Star Dou Saint. If he fully refined the pill, his cultivation would likely stabilize at the middle stage of Six-Star Dou Saint. Yao Ling immediately asked, "Mr. Xiao Yan, have you refined the 9-grade profound pill?" Xiao Yan shook his head and replied, "How could it be that easy? I only refined a portion of it." As soon as he finished speaking, Gu Dao stepped through the air and arrived beside Xiao Yan. Looking at the golden dragon patterns gradually fading from Xiao Yan's arm, he chuckled softly. It seems this old man was being a little too cautious this time. Xiao Yan quickly stood up, cupped his fists, and bowed. "Senior Gu Dao, you must be joking. If you had not acted in time, the medicinal power inside my body would have already burst me apart." Gu Dao was slightly moved when he heard this. What kind of pill could contain medicinal power so strong that even you could not withstand it? Xiao Yan explained, "It was a 9-grade profound pill. I had no choice but to swallow it in order to escape Hun Sha's pursuit." The corner of Gu Dao's mouth twitched slightly. Then he gave a bitter smile and shook his head, secretly feeling envious of Xiao Yan's fortune. Even he had never consumed a pill of such a grade before. Soon after, the sound of rushing wind rang out. Ling Quan arrived with dozens of Gu clan members to provide support. When they learned that the person Xiao Yan had just fought was Hun Sha, their expressions changed drastically. The Soul Clan's 4 demon saints were top-tier experts within the Soul Clan. Their status in the Soul Clan was similar to the 3 Immortals status in the Gu clan. Apart from the clan leaders and a few rare existences, almost no one could compare with them. Seeing their reaction, Gu Dao frowned and scolded them in a deep voice. "Xiao Yan is younger than all of you, yet he was able to escape Hun Sha's pursuit and even injure him. If the younger generation of the Gu clan had someone like this, how could the Soul Clan dare to bully us?" Ling Quan and the others were scolded until they did not dare talk back. They secretly glanced at Xiao Yan, and only admiration remained in their hearts. Although Ling Quan had once looked down on Xiao Yan, he had heard plenty about Xiao Yan's deeds in the Central Plains over the years. Any one of those achievements was already enough for him to look up to. Yet several decades ago, this man who now stood like a legendary figure on the Dou Qi continent had been completely powerless in front of him. The changes in the world truly happened far too quickly. When Xiao Yan revealed that the Medicine clan had already been wiped out by the Soul Clan, Ling Quan and the others were struck as if by lightning. Their faces were full of disbelief. Gu Dao's expression also became extremely grave. He realized that the Soul Clan's conspiracy was now aimed at all the ancient clans. He immediately decided to invite the leaders of the Yan clan and Lei clan to discuss this major crisis. After that, he quickly brought Xiao Yan and Yao Ling into the Gu realm. Before long, inside a grand and majestic hall, all the elders of the Gu clan gathered. Sitting in the center was Gu Yuan, whom Xiao Yan had met twice before. On Gu Yuan's left sat the 3 immortals of the Gu clan, including Gu Dao. Xiao Yan also saw several familiar faces among the other seats, such as Elder Tongxian, Suner, and Gu Qingyang. Back when Xiao Yan first entered the Gu clan, his Dou Zun cultivation was not enough for the Gu clan's people to take seriously. But only a few short years had passed, and he had not only subdued the purifying lotus demon flame and killed the once arrogant hall master of the Hall of Souls, but he had also dominated the Central Plains and broken through all the way to the middle stage of Six-Star Dou Saint. His strength was now even above Suner, the Gu clan's peerless genius, and only one step below the 3 immortals of the Gu clan. Because of this, the gazes many Gu clan elders gave him became complicated and difficult to describe. After entering the hall, Xiao Yan respectfully said, Xiao Yan greets clan leader Gu Yuan. Gu Yuan smiled and nodded repeatedly, his tone full of appreciation. To reach this level in less than 10 years. If Xiao Xian knew, he would surely feel deeply comforted. From now on, you may call me uncle. Although my seniority is far above yours, who told me I have such a daughter? As soon as he said this, Sun'er's face instantly turned red. Clearly, Gu Yuan already knew about Xiao Yan and Sun'er becoming intimate, and he had accepted Xiao Yan as his future son-in-law. Xiao Yan froze for a moment, then quickly changed his words. Many thanks, Uncle Gu Yuan. After that, Xiao Yan began explaining how the medicine clan had been destroyed. Just as the medicine ceremony ended, annihilated devouring flame appeared with the Soul Clan's experts. More terrifyingly, that being could transform into countless members of the devouring spirit clan, specifically devouring the bloodline power of the medicine clan. When they heard this, Gu Yuan and all the elders were shocked. In ancient times, the devouring spirit clan had been destroyed by the combined forces of the major clans because they were able to devour the bloodline power of other races. As for annihilated devouring flame, it ranked second on the heavenly flame ranking. Long ago, it had reached an agreement with Hun Sha and had been serving the Soul Clan ever since. Gu Yuan had severely injured annihilated devouring flame 1,000 years ago. Now that it had appeared again, it seemed its injuries had fully recovered. Thinking of this, Gu Yuan finally understood why the Soul Clan had been able to avoid their detection. It was annihilated devouring flame that had swallowed the entire medicine realm into its body. Inside the hall, many people sucked in a breath of cold air. Swallowing an entire space into one's stomach was simply too terrifying. At this point, another thought flashed through Gu Yuan's mind. The final clan leader of the devouring spirit clan seemed to have been captured by the Soul Clan. Annihilated devouring flame's devouring power was also absurdly powerful. Most likely, it had devoured that clan leader and inherited the opponent's ability. If that was the case, then the reason the Soul Clan's Dou Di bloodline had been able to continue endlessly now made sense. The hall became so quiet that even the drop of a needle could be heard. No one had expected the Soul Clan to have hidden such a deep secret. Gu Yuan raised his head and looked toward the distant direction of the Soul Realm. The Soul Clan has attacked the Spirit Clan, Stone Clan, and Medicine Clan. Their goals are likely twofold. First, to collect bloodline power. Second, to seize the ancient god Tu Shi Jade. It seems Hun Tiandi can no longer sit still. When Xiao Yan heard the name Hun Tiandi, his heart stirred. So this was the name of the Soul Clan's leader. It was certainly domineering enough. On the entire continent, the only person who could probably contend with him was Gu Yuan, who stood before him. After a moment of silence, Xiao Yan spoke. Uncle Gu, the Soul Clan has already obtained 4 pieces of ancient jade. Next, they will definitely do everything possible to obtain the remaining pieces. They may even target the remaining Yan clan, Lei clan, and Gu clan one by one. We cannot simply wait to be attacked. Gu Yuan's face darkened like still water. Ever since the great battle between the Xiao clan and the Soul Clan 1,000 years ago, the Xiao clan had no longer been there to restrain the Soul Clan. Because of this, the Gu clan had never dared to truly fight the Soul Clan head-on. If they won, that would be fine. But if they lost, everything would be gone. Even now, Gu Yuan still struggled to make a decision. Xiao Yan raised his voice. Uncle Gu, if we take the risk, there is still a chance to survive. But if we keep waiting like this, sooner or later, the fate of the Spirit Clan, Stone Clan, and Medicine Clan will fall upon us as well. Once these words were spoken, Gu Yuan slowly sighed and finally made his decision. Good boy. You truly have courage. Someone, send word to the Yan clan and Lei clan. Invite their 2 clan leaders here to discuss this matter of life and death. Hearing this, Xiao Yan let out a heavy breath of relief. He had personally witnessed how powerful the Soul Clan was. If even the Gu clan remained unmoved, then disaster would eventually descend upon the entire continent, and the survival of the Heavenly Mansion Alliance would also be threatened. Once the decision was made, all the Gu clan elders became solemn. After 1,000 years, the 2 strongest superclans on the continent were finally about to clash once again. Soon, the Gu clan entered a state of full alert. Large numbers of experts were sent to the Central Plains, closely watching every movement of the Soul Clan. Xiao Yan did not rush to leave the Gu clan, because the energy of the 9-grade profound pill still remained inside his body. He continued refining it, and before he knew it, more than 10 days had passed. At last, he completely absorbed that remaining energy and stabilized his strength at the middle stage of 6-Star Dou Saint. Afterward, Sun brought him to a hall. The people from the Yan clan and Lei clan had already arrived. In an inconspicuous corner of the hall, Sun pointed toward a figure seated on the left side of the main seat. That man in the crimson robe is Yan Jin, the clan leader of the Yan clan. The one on the right is Lei Ying, the clan leader of the Lei clan. He is also an 8-Star Dou Saint, and his strength is about the same as Yan Jin's. According to Sun, Lei Ying was extremely fond of battle. Back then, he had even fought Xiao Xian, though he was defeated. While the two of them were speaking, donghua hurried over, saying he had come to ask for reinforcements. It turned out that after the Lei clan's people arrived, they had not stayed peaceful. They had been provoking the black submerged army everywhere. The younger generation of the Gu clan had no choice but to accept their challenges. But in the end, even Gu Xing, Gu Yi, and Gu Qingyang had all lost. Sun was slightly surprised. The current Gu Qingyang was already a 2-Star Dou Saint. If even he could not win, then their opponent had to be the brightest genius the Lei clan had produced in hundreds of years. Lei Dong, the person the Lei clan was training as its next clan leader. Sun then explained that the Lei clan had once visited the Gu clan to propose marriage, hoping to match her with Lei Dong. At the time, quite a few Gu clan elders had agreed, but the matter was later dropped for various reasons. After hearing this, Xiao Yan felt a little uncomfortable. Gu Hua wanted Sun to go and recover the Gu clan's pride, but Sun had no interest in doing so. Helpless, he could only ask Xiao Yan, this future brother-in-law, to step forward. Xiao Yan smiled. These past years, I have been dealing with old monsters so much that I almost forgot how old I actually am. I would like to see what ability this person who dared to compete with me for my wife has. At that moment, on a training ground, many members of the younger generation from the Yan clan, Lei clan, and Gu clan had gathered. In the center of the field, Gu Qingyang, Gu Yi, Ling Quan, and the others were angrily staring at the Lei clan's side. Opposite them, more than a dozen Lei clan youths laughed mockingly. Humph, I thought the Gu clan's black submerged army was impressive. But even your commander, Gu Qingyang, lost to big brother Lei Dong. It looks like the younger generation of the Lei clan is stronger than yours. One commander of the black submerged army shouted angrily. The strongest person in the younger generation of our Gu clan is Miss Sun. If you have the ability, go challenge her. When Lei Dong heard this, a strange emotion flashed through his eyes. Back then, he had nearly become engaged to Miss Sun. Since he had come to the Gu clan this time, he had to meet her no matter what. Perhaps if the clan leader tried to arrange it again, the marriage could still happen. While both sides were arguing intensely, Xiao Yan and Sun suddenly appeared in the field. When Sun showed herself, the Lei clan youths were instantly amazed. But when their eyes swept over Xiao Yan, mocking smiles appeared on their faces. Are you here to stand up for them? But you are not even a member of the Gu clan. Gu Qingyang said in a low voice, Brother Xiao Yan is Sun's future husband. Strictly speaking, he can be counted as one of our Gu clan's people. Lei Dong was stunned for a moment. Xiao Yan, the man who defeated the Hall Master of the Hall of Souls. Of course, Lei Dong also wanted to test him. The fight began quickly. Lei Dong's spear thrust forward like a violent storm, his attack so fierce that Gu Qingyang's heart trembled. If he had been the one fighting, he probably would not have lasted long before losing. Lei Dong was now at the late stage of 3-Star Dou Saint. Combined with his mutated lightning Dou Qi, his attack power was comparable to a 4-Star Dou Saint. Unfortunately, no matter how desperately he fought or how many techniques he used, before Xiao Yan's middle stage 6-Star Dou Saint strength, he could not even touch the edge of Xiao Yan's robe. In the end, Xiao Yan sent him tumbling with a single palm strike. Just as the black submerged army was about to cheer, Lei Ying's thunderous laughter suddenly echoed through the sky. What a Xiao clan boy! Watching you has made even this old man's hands itch. I wonder if you have the courage to receive one palm from me. Gu Qingyang and Sun'er's expressions changed. Clan leader Lei was famous for protecting his own people. Xiao Yan had publicly defeated the genius of his clan, causing him to lose face. As Xiao Yan frowned, Lei Ying laughed again. Xiao clan boy, I will only use 50% of my strength. How about it? Seeing this old man press him step by step, Xiao Yan took a deep breath. Behind him now stood the Heavenly Mansion Alliance. If he wanted to avoid being looked down upon during the alliance of the three clans, then he had to display strength that no one would dare underestimate. Thinking of this, Xiao Yan cupped his fists. Xiao clan, Xiao Yan, please enlighten me. The entire place erupted in shock. In terms of seniority, Lei Ying was far above Xiao Yan. Moreover, with his 8-star Dou Saint strength, even 50% of his power would be enough to make a 7-star Dou Saint suffer. At that moment, Gu Yuan and the Yan clan's leader also appeared in the sky. Seeing that Lei Ying wanted to bully a junior with his status, Gu Yuan frowned slightly. Lei Ying, with your identity, is it not inappropriate to attack Xiao Yan? Lei Ying's laughter rumbled like thunder. You know my temper. When I fight someone, I do not look at age or seniority. I only look at ability. Xiao Yan smiled calmly. I have long heard of clan leader Lei Ying's great name. To exchange a move with you today is this junior's honor. Seeing this, a hint of admiration flashed through Gu Yuan's eyes. This boy did not only possess strength. His courage was also extraordinary. He was worthy of his daughter. The battle began. With a thought, Xiao Yan merged with little E. A pink crystalline body spread over him, and his aura instantly soared to the early stage of 7-star Dou Saint. Then Xiao Yan slowly condensed 6 kinds of heavenly flames into a 6-colored fire lotus. As the fire lotus appeared, both Yan Jin and Gu Yuan looked over from not far away. Lei Ying's expression became serious. Lightning exploded in his palm. Heaven-class advanced Dou technique, Thunder Tribulation Palm. The lightning palm print and the fire lotus collided violently. A heaven-shaking explosion resounded throughout the entire Gu realm. With a sharp crack, Xiao Yan was blasted back several hundred meters by the shockwave, while Lei Ying only took a few steps back. As everyone was still shocked, Gu Yuan waved his sleeve. A massive black hole appeared in the sky and swallowed the explosion completely. After doing this, he clapped his hands and smiled. Lei Ying, that Thunder Tribulation Palm of yours was not only 50% strength, was it? Lei Ying was not angry. Instead, he laughed heartily. Ha ha ha. Good boy. As expected of Xiao Xian's descendant.